Welcome to Living Vegas with Kris and Ginger. Now let's shuffle up and talk.
Dating advice for our personal and rooftop lounges and fireworks in Las Vegas.
That would be the Vegas section, is what you're saying.
Yes, babe.
I figured that out on my own. Look at that.
So, guys, we have, as you know, we have two sections. We have our personal, but not too personal section, followed by our Vegas section.
All about the Vegas section. Let's go.
So, dating advice. What do we mean? Do I need dating advice? No, because I'm a married woman.
Yeah, and I would give you kudos for that dating knowledge you had because you picked me. So, well done.
And as we covered in a previous podcast, we talked about how we met. So we're not really going to put too much time into that. But we have single friends, and we have single friends of all ages, not just our age group.
Yep.
But youngins as well as us seasoned veterans in life.
I like that better than mature.
Mature.
Half dead.
Yeah.
Those are bad things.
Right. And you know what? We're not the only ones that have thought about this. The big series of The Bachelorette and The Bachelor, that series has been running for so long, and the community is so huge for The Bachelor. Then all of a sudden they came to say, well, what about all age groups? Let's do the Golden Bachelor and the Golden Bachelorette. So anyway, back to dating.
Were fun.
Yeah, they were. You know what, babe? Did you watch it before me?
No, I don't know that The Bachelor is the model I would follow for dating advice, but apparently they've had some success on that show. So some people do stay together, but yeah, not my model for how you get to know someone. Okay,
now so why don't you give some advice to young people, middle-aged people, and then the seasoned people. Give them advice. Well, how are they supposed to meet somebody? Maybe they're alone. Maybe they've lost their spouse. Maybe they've never been married. Maybe they are divorced and they want to meet someone. What would you recommend?
Well, I don't know that I'm the expert, considering I was single for about a month in the last 40 years. So, I think in the day of social media, in the era of social media, there are so many different options, some of which are actually good and others maybe not so much. I think you've had a lot more experience with this than I have. I think church is a great place to meet good people, through friends, people people who have a background on the person that they think you would be great with. But I think there have been, like our son Ian, he met his wife Sarah through a recommendation of a friend. They just saw, hey, those two look like they would go together, so you should guys check each other out. And they went out, and there was no turning back. So
okay, so what I'm hearing is that there are organic ways to meet somebody, and that's what you're recommending. Because we have the organic ways to meet somebody, and then we have social media, and we've got all of that. We've got everything from the swiping apps to the let's meet on a date, the things that are a little bit more involved. So there are a number of dating apps out there, and you've got speed dating. You meet up a whole bunch of people, and they quickly and kind of, it's partially. I think the problem with the social media and the speed dating, all that, it's just like, I think that guy looks good. I think that woman looks good. They're my type. But then as soon as they open their mouth and start talking, they're like, no, and they don't have the same values. I don't really vibe with that person. And I think vibing with somebody is really kind of like a chemistry thing, and you can't tell on social media. You don't know.
So I mean, our other daughter, she reconnected with a high school friend who was on her track team. I happened to coach both her and him back in the day, and they met up years later on Instagram, and he reached out to her, and they started dating, and before you knew it, they were they were full on in love and got married and all that.
And I love that because that is actually a little bit, it's organic, and you add that social media aspect, because even like us, you know, we didn't date, but we knew each other in high school, and then social media brought us back together. So I think social media, you know, you can't just like say, no, I'm not going to be on social media at all. I'm not going to care about it that way. But I think that the whole problem is, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But the whole problem is just going at the social. We were friends because we had something in common, as were Adrienne and her husband. They were prior friends. They didn't find each other on a dating app.
Right.
That's my point. Although we have friends, Tiara and her husband, they met on Match, you know, and I don't want to be a commercial for any dating app, but they actually met there, and they are a very well-matched couple. So
and I think had I only had the sophomore in high school version of Ginger, I don't know that would have been for me. I would instantly want to marry you. But what happened was, no, let me clarify. So we met up 10 years before we started dating again. So on Facebook. So I was able to catch up with your life. I was able to see what you had become from a little sophomore to the present day. And I was so impressed and blown away. And you got even more gorgeous as years went on rather than the other way around.
Oh, that's so sweet, babe. And so what you're saying is you saw me as an adult.
Right.
You know, and so I think that's really important. Let's go back to the social media apps for a minute, because a lot of people do meet people on them. And it's just kind of funny because with time I see, you know, people were only organically meeting, and then, you know, because there wasn't, technology wasn't the way it was. And then there are so many apps. It's like, that's really the only way that people knew to meet people. And like the last, so many people did that in the last, 10 years, 10, 15 years. But I'm seeing people are starting to go away from that, and they're liking the idea of meeting people organically, like whether they're meeting through friends, like Ian did. And then our other son, Dylan met his wife in a college class, sitting next to each other regularly. Took them a good month before they actually spoke to each other, but they always sat right next to each other in their class. And I think that when you see how a person is in your life, you're maybe, you know, a friend of ours, a young friend of ours, passes by some girls regularly that work in different restaurant situations, and he sees them and they see him, and they're, you know, that communication on a very serious, regular basis, you know, maybe that could end up becoming something over time. People
meet at the gym, they meet at work, they meet at grocery stores, at church, like I mentioned. There are all sorts of places where you can connect with people. And I think the biggest downside of the social media era has been the isolation, and more so post-COVID, the folks who have just become so isolated and really afraid to get out there and mingle with real people, and maybe they're just socially not as confident in those situations. And so that makes it an uphill climb for some of the younger folks out there who are looking to find a spouse. So
yeah, and that's what the younger ones and maybe the middle-aged ones. I think a lot of the time people start to just kind of get defeated about the whole thing, like there's not anybody else out there. But the other thing is just remember that there's no such thing as a perfect person. You're not perfect. They're not going to be perfect.
Wait, I'm not perfect?
You just, sorry, babe.
What, is somebody going to let me know that at some point? Or, dang. My bubble has burst.
Oh, I burst his bubble. Bubble.
Don't be bursting my bubble. That's not good.
But it was so funny because I was playing poker just yesterday and in a poker tournament, and it was actually a seniors tournament. And a friend that I knew from like 10, 15 years ago, he said, "Oh, I'm so happy, Ginger. I'm happy for you that you're married. That's so exciting. It's so hard to find love later in life." And so many people, they just say, oh, no, I know Mr. Wonderful or Miss Wonderful is out there. I'm going to just wait and go find her. And his comment was, my sister's looking for, Brad Pitt. And she's, you're not going to find Brad Pitt, especially later in life. Well, I think Brad Pitt is one person, so I think he's taken.
As far as I know, yeah.
And I think that his point was, just keep your look for somebody that is a real person, and
so lower your standards. Is that what you're on?
Yeah, but I was what I didn't want to say, which if he's hearing this, then he'll hear me say it now. But that is my husband is pretty flipping amazing. Like when I saw him physically for the first time, I was like, whoa, he's 6'2". He is full of muscles and he's handsome and his voice is smoldering.
Speaking of that, have you had your eye exam done recently? I think you're behind on that. I know I am.
Anyway, okay, that's enough. Dating advice, though. So advice that that we would give, or that I would. Dating advice that I would give would probably not be the same that my husband would give. But let me just say roughly. I've been divorced and I tried a couple different dating apps and thinking that one might be different than the other. And the interesting thing is I found the same people were on both of them. I met out for coffee once and I met out for a drink once. And then I said, I think I'm done with this. And I stopped those apps because I did not recognize those men. When I met those men, I was like, where you're so-and-so? I'm like, well, you
Didn't
don't
match the picture.
You don't match the picture at all. No, they had a picture from like 20, 30 years. And I think the one guy actually said, yeah, I used my son's picture. And
What?
I'm like, what? Yeah, it was the strangest thing.
It's okay though, baby. You weren't supposed to meet those guys because you were supposed to be with me.
Exactly.
So there's that.
Things are exactly
The way they're supposed to be.
are exactly who I'm supposed to be with. And but be positive, be true, be yourself. Let them see your true colors. My husband is a peacock, and I love my husband as a peacock.
I wasn't before though. It was really once I started dating you, that coincided with retirement, and I felt the need to blossom.
Oh, you know what? That makes me think of that song. I like me better when I'm with you.
Yep.
Because when you're with different people, they bring out different things. They bring out different things in you.
Do you have to sing it with your shoulders going like this?
Well, I'm not
never
going to
seen
sing
him
it,
doing
period, because I don't sing. I don't sing, guys, so you don't want to hear me sing. But the song
fine. She
is,
sings
I like
great.
me better when I'm with you. That's the whole point of that. Anyway, so you have any questions, babe, about dating? Because, I felt kind of bad because
it's
you
not
really
a topic I'm looking to explore because I'm kind of happy as a married man. But yeah, I mean, for those of you guys who are guys and gals who are out there, never give up. Never give up, because there's always somebody out there. Somebody's an option that you haven't explored yet, perhaps. So be relentless, keep positive, stay at it, and yeah, you might step in a few potholes along the way, but I don't know why I looked at you when I said that.
I'm going to ask
terrible.
you, babe, how important do you think that personal things, personal values such as politics and religion play into finding a significant other? Should I just ignore that? If you were talking to a young person, should they ignore that and just get to know the person, accept the person for who they are, and then learn about it? What do you think?
For me, I think that's something to discover pretty early on in the process, just because if you are very committed, you're really a faithful person who their religion is their life and their politics are a big part of their life. If those are serious and important, they really strike a chord deep down inside of people. And if that is a point of conflict, it's really tough to get over that. People generally don't move off of those two areas of belief very easily. So if you guys aren't aligned there, it's going to be probably a pretty uphill struggle, I would say. So I would choose another person personally.
Yeah, and that would even be, I mean, even if both people really don't have an opinion on religion, they don't care, they don't really have a lot of value, weight put in any basket in that, or say for politics, they just don't care, they don't get politically involved, they don't vote, whatever, then that's okay too. I think your point is that it's really good if you're aligned.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of different beliefs, values, and
there are plenty of things in this life to disagree on, and just through that aren't religion and politics. There's lots of places where you can have conflict. You don't need to have two of the most core parts of your being be questioned or challenged or constantly disagreed upon. It's just life's too short. Just find somebody who
that makes
maybe
sense.
you line up better with.
What if one is a vegan and one is a carnivore?
I mean, I think that's probably doable, but still another point of friction, I would think.
But baby, what
especially if one's going to judge the other, especially if the vegan's going to judge the carnivore or vice versa.
Yeah, judging isn't good in my book. One is a judger and one is not. Okay, that won't work. How about if one wants to have babies? I kind of was thinking that it would be nice to have a baby.
Well, we have, what do we have? 7? No, 6.
6.
Well, plus the lizards.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have tortoises, but yeah, we're not having any babies.
Yeah, I think that the important things in life should be just like put up front and get them over with. It's kind of like pulling off a Band-Aid, and then go and have fun from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get after it.
Yeah, and there's lots of groups out there too, like hiking groups, bowling groups. You're going to meet somebody with your activities. So find an activity.
Groups? Are there people who go gambling together?
Well, there are. There are slot tournaments. I guess you would find people in that. You will probably find people next to you at slot machines, and at the blackjack tables, at the table games, and also maybe poker. But I'll tell you what, ladies, be careful about finding a man at the poker table. As much as I love my poker, and I'm a poker player, and some of you men might be poker players, make sure that you find somebody that makes you important. And I think a lot of people that play poker, as my husband says, these men have not showered in a long time. So I'm putting everybody in the same boat, because honestly, I'm a tournament poker player, and tournament poker players are a little bit of a different breed. So I'm not shaming the poker players out there, but I probably shouldn't have said that at all.
Babe, I totally agree. I mean, I just went to the Venetian poker room this week to watch you play, and I walked in there, and here's this beautiful, elegant poker room, one of the nicest I've seen. And I don't know too many poker places. You do, of course. And the place smelled like a gym again. It smells like somebody's basketball gym. I don't know. These guys just aren't the best with either hygiene or cologne or whatever. But and I'm sure it's not all of them. I'm sure a lot of them are quite good with all of that. But the sum total of a poker room is like, that's really interesting smell.
Yeah, generally speaking, and again, it's not with all of them. Hey guys, I'm a poker player, and I'm a good
I can validate
person.
she showers every day, and she's very clean smelling.
Yeah, we practice cleanliness in this family.
Yeah, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, some of us practice cleanliness more times than others.
Yeah.
My husband sometimes, he'll take couple of man baths a day easily.
I took 3 on Saturday.
Okay, I was going to let you say it. I wasn't going to.
3, yeah, because I was working and I kept sweating, and then I was getting sore. Yeah. And then I needed some pampering because I'm a wussy pants.
And we have a really beautiful, comfortable jacuzzi tub, and it just really helps him feel better, medicinal.
Yep.
All right, so I don't know if we covered anything. You guys probably are agreeing with us, disagreeing with us, and that's wonderful.
Yep.
Makes you kind of think about it. But there are people that are not married, not committed out there, and not in a committed relationship, and they would like to find somebody. And I think life is a very special thing. And if you can find somebody to share it with and enjoy it with, it makes it just so much better.
Yeah. Next thing you know, you're doing a podcast. So yeah, there's that. All right, babe. How about the personal segment?
But we just did the personal segment.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You want to get more personal?
No, I just skipped past Vegas. What is wrong with me?
I don't don't know.
How about the Vegas segment? Maybe that's a better idea.
Da, 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 da. This is an exciting Vegas
Wait, do we have our own
segment.
Vegas theme music for when we go to the...
Well,
You just
yeah.
did it? Okay.
Da, 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 da. Rooftop lounges and fireworks.
Ah, fireworks. Oh, crap.
Yeah, your phone is right there.
Oh, good,
All right.
because I need to look at it.
Yeah. So one thing that we totally love doing here in Las Vegas is exploring the rooftop lounges. Now, it's so many things that we do have on our plate to explore, so we have not gotten to explore all of them yet. But rooftop lounges, we want to share with you some of our very favorite rooftop lounges, and you might agree, disagree, or tell us to go check one out. I believe that we pretty much agree on our very favorite one would be at Mandalay Bay, the Foundation Room upstairs. Oh, well, I guess all of your rooftop lounges would be upstairs.
Yeah, like the highest they can go.
Yeah. So the Foundation Room, if you have not had the opportunity to check it out, we highly recommend checking it out.
Great music,
incredible.
Great environment, cool decorations. A lot of high-end movie star types hang out there, and it's really fun.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of celebrities up there.
It's where we watched the implosion of the Tropicana.
We saw. Yes, check out our video if you have not seen our video, and you want to see it. We have a video on the Foundation Room as well as on the implosion of the Tropicana. We videoed it from the Mandalay Bay Foundation Room, and it was like 2:30 in the morning. It was super fun. So check that out. Another one that we really enjoyed is I put them, and this is my order. You can tell me if you have a different order. But the Circa Legacy is really incredible.
Legacy Club, yeah.
The Legacy Club upstairs at the Circa. We are not a big fan of downtown, but when we do go downtown, we really like the Circa. And the Circa Legacy Club is fabulous.
Great seating, surrounded. All walls are just glass.
Yes.
And so there is not a bad seat in the house up there. You can see everything from every corner. And it's really a very classy vibe.
Fire pits.
Yep, fire pits keep you warm. I think they had some heaters too in the wintertime, those stationary heater types. So really, really a cool setup there. I think a close second to that one might be the Voodoo Lounge on top of the Rio.
You know, that was one of the first, we had a beautiful steak dinner. I think it's the 50th floor is the Voodoo restaurant. It's a wonderful steak. We had a tomahawk up there, and then we went up to the Voodoo Lounge afterwards and sat on a white couch and put our feet up, and it was surrounded by glass as well, looking at the beautiful strip, having a glass of wine, and that was amazing. It's really windy. It's a windy day today. It would not be so fun being up there if the wind was harsh.
Would not recommend it on that. Well, plus the view is obscured. Like right now, we can't even see the strip because there's a sandstorm blowing this way. So
we have a beautiful view of the strip from our house. Hey,
wait,
we didn't.
Wait. Can I cover the fireworks? Is that where you're going?
No, can we do that after we just cover the different ones? We have something really important. So don't go anywhere. We have something really important about fireworks that we were really impressed with. But I want to say one of my favorite, it's not a rooftop lounge, but it's a very high up lounge, and that's at our home. We have you go upstairs in the backyard. We have 3 levels, and the top when you have a whole view of the city. And we're going to do a podcast from up there someday where those of you that get to watch us can see it behind us. You can see the strip behind us when there's no wind. Let me just throw a couple more out there. The Palms has the Ghost Bar. The Paris, which we've had dinner at the Eiffel Tower restaurant a couple times, Thanksgiving, wonderful. They've got the Cherry up above that. And then the High Roller at the Link, it actually has a bar. If you can go either in the full family ones that hold like about 60 people, and the full rotation is like in like an hour or half an hour is for one rotation. But if you do the adult one, there's only like 30 people and there's a full bar. So that becomes almost a rooftop lounge as well.
Yeah, Resorts World's got the lounge, LA 66, I think, because it's on the 66th floor.
ALLE, is that how you pronounce that?
I don't know how you say it. Gang. I don't know.
Yeah, we were up there with friends and had a great time with Stevie and Yusra. I'll just throw those names out there.
They were fun.
Very fun friends. We love them. And Strat, top of the world. So there's a lot of options, but even though Mandalay Bay has the foundation room, what used to be the Delano is now the W. They have a Skyfall lounge, and we've stayed at the Delano. We did not check it out, but I want to check it out. Everything I've seen on it looks really fabulous.
Yep.
But what would be more fun? Here we go. Here's the surprise, guys. What would be more fun to view than the Strip? I know.
Was that a setup? I'm like, okay, I guess that nod means I'm supposed to talk.
He was listening.
All right. So, yeah, they've got a whole series of fireworks every Saturday night through the summer months. I think it ends.
Every single Saturday night, there's fireworks?
Just verifying it right now. It looks like through July 25th. Sorry. So it starts June 6th, Saturday night, June 6th, from the top of Caesar's Palace, Treasure Island, and the Venetian. They will fire off fireworks, usually at 9 o'clock at night. The next weekend, June 13th, is the MGM Grand, the Aria, and Planet Hollywood, followed by June 20th, which is downtown, the Plaza, Binion's Gambling Hall Garage Rooftop, and the Fremont Street Experience Garage Rooftop. All of those will fire away. And then the big one, the 250th anniversary of the United States on July 4th, everyone will be firing.
Woo, everyone's firing on all cylinders.
July 11th, the next Saturday, MGM Grand, back to Aria, MGM, and Planet Hollywood. July 18th, Resorts World, Fontainebleau, and the Strat. And then the last one is July 25th, Caesar's Treasure Island and Venetian again. So they are the ones who start it, and they'll be the ones who finish the series. So
maybe that's really, really cool. What is the link that people can go to find those? You can probably anybody can look up fireworks in Las Vegas.
No, I
don't. But what is this called?
There it is.
America, what was that called up at the top there?
It just says to follow L Vegas by night. So LVEGASBYNIGHT. So
that's kind of a lot. I can't even remember it. But what I'm looking at, America's 250 Saturday of fireworks. So just look up Saturday of fireworks.
8 Saturdays of fireworks.
8 Saturdays. Okay, there we go. 8 Saturdays of fireworks. I'm excited. So we can probably see them from our backyard if we're not at those particular casinos.
Yeah, we did, every other year. So, yeah, it should be exciting this year in particular. I would think everybody's going to, let out all the stops and do a fireworks show like no other.
Oh, that's going to be exciting. But I meant more than I meant any Saturday out of those 8 Saturdays, because that's.
Oh, yeah, we could see any of them from our backyard.
8 Saturdays equals 2 months.
Let's go. You did that all in your head? That's good. That's impressive.
Baby, can you tell us something?
About what?
I don't know. This is a podcast, and thank you guys for listening to Kris and Ginger Vegas. We are Las Vegas locals, and
and I think this time of year in particular, right as we're approaching Memorial Day, and the summer is about to kick off, as a former non-resident of Las Vegas and a tourist who came here a couple times a year, maybe 3 times a year. This is the time as Vegas visitors we get super pumped because we're coming out of a winter. If you're from the East Coast, you're dying to get somewhere warm. Midwest, same thing. I used to live in Colorado, and you're just dying to get out in the bright sunshine and warm up. So all of that is now pumping through the veins of every anticipating visitor of Vegas. And the cool thing is that from here until it starts getting cool in October, November, Vegas will be popping, and all the rumors that you always hear about Vegas just being dead or whatever, total nonsense. I wish it was more dead so we could have our favorite machines when we want them, or our favorite place at the pool or whatever. It is always busy here. It is always vibrant and exciting. There is no slowing down Las Vegas. It is cranking, and this is the time of year when it really starts to show its true colors. So.
Well, I think that's very positive. That's exciting. And that is reflected in our live stream communications that we hear from a lot of people. They will say, guys, I'm going to be there next week.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there next month.
They're so excited.
And it's so fun. Our friends from New York, Minnesota, we have friends from all over the world listening to our live stream. So join us on a live stream. Check out our videos.
Speaking of that, babe, what our upcoming visits to the Strip are going to be? What, the Luxor? After we get back from Colorado, we're going to the Luxor for a slot tournament. I believe.
No! Before that, we go to Palazzo.
All right, so yes, we've got the Palazzo, we've got the Luxor tournament, we've got Cosmo for my birthday, which I'm super pumped about. Where else after all of that? The reunion, of course, in San Diego, so that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So we've got a really, really busy schedule. We haven't really scheduled out July very well yet, have we?
We schedule way in advance, and that's something that we'll talk about here very soon.
Yep.
But guys, you know what? We want to tell y'all that we really appreciate you joining, Kris and Ginger.
Yep.
And this is my husband, and I love him. And he's
Wait, you're
my
just
baby.
now introducing me?
He's my baby, and y'all probably already know that. And I am his baby. He loves me too.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for putting those words in my mouth. So
Well, I don't know.
I was gonna say I love you too, baby.
So thank you very much. This was our podcast on dating advice. Hopefully we helped you, as well as our favorite rooftop lounges. And the fact that we've got 2 months of fun-filled fireworks every Saturday night.
Yeah. And if the dating doesn't go well, do not use our advice on rooftops to, jump off or something stupid like that. That would be bad. We don't want to have any part of that.
That's horrible.
I know. I just thought I would, it just seemed weird that we're providing dating advice and then rooftops. It just seemed a weird juxtaposition.
All the rooftops don't allow that.
Yeah,
so they're
you
all.
couldn't get over there anyway.
I'm glad.
Keep going. It's going to be all good.
It will be okay. And just do something that makes you happy, and you'll find somebody doing the same.
As long as it's not jumping off a rooftop.
All right. So I think that's it for now. Let's move on.
Thanks, guys. Is that it?
Yeah. I have fireworks to go watch, babe.
Me too.
Okay.
Thanks, guys, for listening. Take care.
All right. See you next time.